Flying kicks, one-inch punches, and monks who can break stone with a single strike. Yeah, we all think we know the story of Shaolin Kung Fu. But behind the movies and the legends, there's a history that's even more fascinating. So let's dive in and uncover the truth. So here's the big question. Is this incredible legacy just the stuff of movie magic and ancient myths? Or is it actually grounded in historical fact? What do you think? Well, the answer is, it's a bit of both. And as we're about to see, the real, documented history of the Shaolin Temple is way more dramatic and impressive than any work of fiction. All right, first things first, let's tackle the image we all have in our heads, the one that's been shaped by countless action movies. You know the one, right? The solitary warrior, a master of these mysterious fighting styles, always defending the weak. It's a really powerful and romantic idea. But where did this whole story even come from? What's the supposed origin of this legendary martial art? The most popular story says it all started with one man, an Indian monk named Bodhidharma. The legend goes that he traveled to the Shaolin Temple way back in the 6th century and taught the monks these exercises that eventually became Kung Fu. It's a great story, but it's not exactly true. Okay, so now let's get to the facts. The real story of the Shaolin warrior monks wasn't born from quiet meditation. It was forged in the chaos of actual war. This timeline tells you everything you need to know. The Shaolin Temple was founded way back in 495 AD, and we have documented proof of monks fighting in battles as early as 621 AD. But that myth connecting Bodhidharma to Kung Fu? Get this, it wasn't even written down until 1624. That's a full 1,000 years later. This means the monks were certified fighters long before that legend was ever created. In fact, our oldest physical evidence is this amazing stone tablet from 728 AD. It's all about their role in a battle that helped establish the Tang dynasty. So they weren't just meditating, they were defending their home and literally shaping the course of Chinese history. And their skill was just legendary. In 1553, only 120 warrior monks were sent to fight off these notorious Japanese pirates. After a 10-day chase, they had taken out over 100 pirates, while losing only 4 of their own men. That's not a movie script, that's real, documented military genius. So what did it actually take to become one of these legendary warriors? Well, the answer lies in their just unbelievable daily discipline. Yeah, forget sleeping in. Their day starts at 5 a.m., and it's a grueling mix of Buddhist study, temple chores, and not 1, not 2, but 3 separate intense Kung Fu practices. And they don't go to bed till after 11 at night. It is a life of incredible, unrelenting discipline. And this whole schedule is built around a core philosophy, Chan, Guan, Hei, Yi. What it means is that their Zen Buddhist practice, the Chan, and their martial arts practice, the Quan, they aren't separate things. They're one and the same. A unified path to enlightenment. This idea really grew out of necessity, forcing them to balance their peaceful beliefs with a pretty violent world. This intense daily training is all about honing what they call childish skills. But don't let the name fool you. These are the fundamental building blocks of stamina, balance, and flexibility. For them, the physical practice is literally a form of active meditation. And all this discipline didn't just create one single way of fighting. It created an entire universe of martial arts. We're talking more than 1,000 distinct, documented forms or styles. Over 1,000. That makes Shaolin by far the largest and most diverse school of martial arts on the entire planet. The variety is just staggering. You've got some forms that are super dynamic, they almost look modern, and then you have others that are these incredibly complex, traditional patterns with hundreds of different moves. This sheer range is what makes Shaolin so unique. And a lot of these styles have become famous all on their own. You've got the ancient Arhat's 18 hands, the flowing plum blossom style, animal forms like tiger and monkey, and of course the incredibly deceptive drunken style. Each one is a complete system of combat and philosophy. So what makes Shaolin different from, say, Tai Chi? An ancient text described Shaolin as an external art where you leap about with strength and force. It's all about physical power, speed, and agility. This is totally different from internal arts, which value quietness and internal energy, or qi. Shaolin is all about expressing power outwardly. So, after all the battles, all the training, and all 1,000 styles, what's the ultimate point of Shaolin Kung Fu?
What's the endgame? The late monk Suki summed it up perfectly. He said, Shaolin is Chan, not Quan. What he means is that Shaolin is ultimately about Zen Buddhism, not just about fighting.
And that reveals the true purpose of it all. The fighting skill is just a tool. The real goal of all that physical discipline is to train the mind, to practice a form of moving meditation, and to walk a path towards spiritual enlightenment. Every single punch, every kick, every one of those choreographed forms isn't simply a technique for combat. It becomes a path to self-discovery, a physical expression of a deep spiritual journey.
And that leaves us with a final thought. In our modern world, which is filled with constant digital distractions, what can we take away from a tradition that has spent 15 centuries focused on a single powerful idea, the complete unification of body and mind?